what I wrote down was it's okay to be different and it's okay to be you.
Right.
You don't have to be like everybody else. I promise you, because you when you're authentic and you're yourself, it'll get you so much further in life than it will, being a part of the group or being a part of the collective.
Poughkeepsie, New York is where it's all live. The 845 is 845.
What's up, y'all? Quick day in the life. This is the center, the multicultural center that I work at. And yeah, this is where I meet with students and create a community for our underrepresented student groups. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Welcome to the Poughkeepsie Middle High School Alumni of the Week, where we aspire to inspire our next generation. Here with me, I have the one and only former D1 football player, brother of the Iota Phi Theta, Robert Johnson.
What's going on, everybody? Glad to be here. I'm Rob.
Here.
I don't want to talk too much yet. I'm gonna let you take it away.
You're definitely about to be doing a lot of talking.
Oh.
But no, on a serious note, like as you know, it's been very challenging for many of our students and just a lot of people overall to just adjust to this new virtual learning. This is unfortunately our new reality. But before we jump into your middle school and high school experience, can you just tell the people a little bit about yourself, where you're from, where year you graduated, like, a day in the life of Robert?
Okay, so I'm Rob, everybody. Originally, I'm from Poughkeepsie, New York, born and raised. Currently, I'm the new Director of Multicultural Affairs at Sacred Heart University, my alma mater where I graduated from. So really my focus is to work with underrepresented students and, help them create a sense of community on main campus and offer them, just a place where they can have that sense of belonging because they aren't considered a traditional student here, right? So if you're like an international student, if you're an African American student, Hispanic student, a student who identifies as LGBTQ plus, this is where you come to, really start that sense of community and feel like you belong. And yeah, we have workshops, programming. We talk about cultural enrichment, cultural awareness, and just share our lived experiences with one another. So yeah, that's what we do here. So.
That is dope. That's what's up. If I ask you right now, how has your Poughkeepsie middle high school experience shaped you into the man you are
Um,
today?
it it prepared me for the realities in life. Meaning, once I got to college, and I could focus on things that I thought were important in terms of like I don't know, like thinking about the way you think, right? Like people don't think about that. Like and psych gave me that opportunity to dive deeper into that, and it was a
It helped
good
you remove your
experience.
mind, right?
Yeah, yeah.
If you can define the word influence,
Mhm.
what would it be? How would you define influence?
So, I define influence as, as your impact. Like, what do you bring to the table? Like, how do you add value to other people's lives day in and day out? Like, I always ask myself, how can I contribute, whether it be on an individual basis or a collective basis, right? Like, how I can contribute to the group that contributes to a larger issue.
Right.
You can't be influential, in my opinion, if you're taking shortcuts. So, trust the process. Like, it's not a cliche saying. It really is true when you live it. When you trust the process and you make sure that you're doing the little things right along the journey. Like, you got to do the little things right, and it'll take you a long way. Your impact will be felt. Like, don't let your environment shape you. You shape your environment.
Right.
And I always paved my own way in a sense, like, did my own thing and wasn't like I wasn't pressed to impress other people. So which that is something that I always loved about myself, and something that I reflect on daily, and understand that that same mindset is going to further me through life. So I know I look old. I'm only 26, so I'm not. It's just like like all of this is not too far, this a lot of this stuff, that I'm talking about, in terms of the experience of being from the city of Poughkeepsie. This is now 10 years ago. So, the prime of you becoming who you're going to be, and your decisions will dictate where you're going to end up. So,
Right.
it's so important that you take that time now to think long term and, not think short term. So,
My last question for you. Well, what's your favorite middle school experience?
middle school experience.
Middle school and high school. Let's do two.
Oh, all right. So middle school was a weird time for me because like I went straight from Smith School to middle school. Like it was a weird setup back in '06. Like yeah, so like I didn't go straight into middle school, and I think it was sixth grade. Like we stayed for sixth grade in Smith School, so it was weird.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah, I don't know why they ever did that. So
you weren't in the building itself.
yeah, we weren't in the middle school until like seventh grade. So I was there for 2 years, and like it was weird because yeah, I had to make huge adjustments because I'm seeing and hearing things. I'm like, excuse me? Um, but definitely like the pep rallies, um, the teacher versus student basketball games. I used to love those. Like I couldn't play, I still can't play basketball to this day. I suck at basketball.
You
But
weren't you the captain of
the
the
football team, yeah.
right,
So
let's talk about that a little bit.
that's what that leads me to, my high school experience where um, you know, I think it was my like 10th grade year where I started to realize like, oh, like I can actually be decent. I can actually be good at this. And that was like one of the first times I ever like really committed to something, like really like put my all into um something that was larger than myself. And once I did that, like when I put myself all the way into something, like I'm giving it 120. And I did. And 2000 and the fall of 2011 was the first time I think Poughkeepsie had won like a section title or something like that. Myself and Josh Oliver were the team captains that year. I just remember feeling like elated when we won that title. Like it was one of the best feelings like of my life. And there was a lot more after that. When I played college, we won 2 rings. So
I'm
so
so
yeah,
proud of you.
we try. I'm trying. I'm trying. I think I had another thing that I really wanted to say to the students that helped me. What I wrote down was it's okay to be different and it's okay to be you.
Right.
You don't have to be like everybody else. I promise you, because you when you're authentic and you're yourself, it'll get you so much further in life than it will, being a part of the group or being a part of the collective. I promise you. It's tough in middle school. It's tough in high school, but when you get to that next level in life, you'll realize that when you stay true to your values, and you'll realize that when you stay true to you, you won't regret making that decision versus regretting a decision to follow others. So that's my word of advice. Be you, be different, like what you like, and be okay with it. And don't be a follower. Set the trend. So that's all I gotta say. That's what I really wanted to say that. So
What you do best. It's all right. And sometimes you got to be a follower
mhm,
in order to realize
mhm,
you were meant to be a leader. So
that's a fact.
here, but before
Hmm.
we go, I have an
Yep.
oath. You're
Wait,
about to
you have a what?
an oath.
Okay.
I need you to recite. You ready?
Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Matter where I stand,
No matter where I stand,
my village is behind me.
my village is behind me.
I vow to never give up
I vow to never give up
and be the best pioneer I can be.
and be the best pioneer I can be. Amen.
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 You've officially been alumni and Jack certified.
Hey, there we go. I love the
Certified.
induction. I love it. I love it. I really do.
All right, Robert. Thank you so much
Oh,
for being here.
of course.
Say bye to the
All
people.
right, everybody. I appreciate your time. Hit me up if you need anything seriously. Especially high school students that want to understand how to, get into college. Like I know that process. So, I'm always looking to help students out when it comes to talking about the college search process. So feel free to reach out to me. And peace and love. I appreciate you all.
Later, guys. My current Poughkeepsie middle and high school students, if you're watching this, don't give up. If you're watching this, breathe and remember that you have support. I need to remind you that it's not easy. It takes a village. It takes one to raise one. But you have us to support you. All right? Push through. You're almost there.